You guys encourage us a lot. We did Ashtami special veg thali for last 2 years. Here is the part 3 of Ashtami special veg thali for you. In this thali, you will get all my favorite food combo. Hello viewers, myself Shuparna. Welcome to Simply Food. Before I start today's video, please go and click the subscribe button and press the bell icon. In today's thali, I have served Radha Pallavi, that is stuffed deep fried bread, কষা আলুর দম ছোট আলু দিয়ে, that is Bengali style spicy baby potato dry curry, ভাত or steamed rice, সবজি দিয়ে মুগ ডাল or মুগ ডাল with vegetables, ছুরি আলু ভাজা or deep fried potatoes, মোচার পাতুরি or steamed banana blossom, ছানার কোফতা কারি or cottage cheese ball with spicy gravy, আমড়ার চাটনি or sweet hokba condiment, সিমুইয়ের পায়েস or vermicelli milk pudding, and chocolate সন্দেশ. I am starting the cooking of this thali with chanar kofta curry, that is Bengali style cottage cheese kofta curry. First take 150 gram of chena or cottage cheese in a bowl. If you take 500 ml of milk and after curdling you would get approximately 125 to 150 gram of chena. Now break it into crumble, press it with the spoon and make it entirely crumble. Into this crumbled chena, add chopped coriander leaves followed by chopped green chili. Add half teaspoon of ginger paste. After that, add 1 teaspoon of sugar, salt to taste. Add 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. If you love spicy food, you can add more green chilies. Now mix all the ingredients well. I'm using my hand to knead this mixture. You have to knead this chena very well as you need chena for any sweet recipe. Otherwise, when you fry the kofta, it can open and mess your oil up. Now, take small portion from the chena mixture and just make a ball to make it smooth little. Now, make a deep tap and take 2 raisins and put them into the middle. Squeeze to make them together and give them a round shape. It's look like this. Now shallow fry the koftas. Into the semi-hot oil, place the koftas one by one and fry them till they are nicely golden brown. It would take 4 to 5 minutes to fry. Chanar kofta curry is an age-old Bengali vegetarian delicacy. For this recipe, traditionally we use fresh homemade cottage cheese or chena or chana. Now it's time to take them out from the oil and set them aside. Now I'll cook the gravy. Into the same pan, I reduce some oil, add 1 dry red chili, 1 piece of bay leaf, 5 to 6 cloves, 2 pieces of cardamom, 2 inches of 2 cinnamon sticks, 1/4 teaspoon of cumin seeds and 1/8 teaspoon of asafoetida. Let's cook for just 30 seconds on medium heat. Now add tomato puree. Eat about 2 tomatoes. Cook the tomato puree for 3 minutes. After cooking the tomato puree, add 1 tablespoon of melon seed paste, 1 teaspoon of ginger paste, 2 tablespoons of yogurt. At this time, make sure the flame is totally low or the heat should very low. Mix them very quickly. Cook for 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, I'm adding my spices. First add half teaspoon of turmeric powder, half teaspoon of red chili powder, half teaspoon of cumin powder, 2 teaspoon of sugar, 2 teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder, salt to taste, and half teaspoon of green chili paste. Mix all of them well. Make sure the flame is not too high. The oil is separating. I'm adding 100 ml of water. Mix the water. Cook this for 5 minutes. This is a no onion and no garlic recipe. This is a spicy yet mildly sweetened curry recipe which goes very well with pulao or plain basmati rice. Now add pre-fried kofta to this gravy. Give a light stir and cook for just 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, add half teaspoon of garam masala powder and sprinkle chopped coriander leaves. As this is a vegetarian dish, you can enjoy this dish on any puja occasions. Chana kofta curry is ready. Soft, spongy fritters of mashed cottage cheese cooked in spicy creamy gravy with a dash of sweetening. Keeping this as a part of your festive menu is worth being praised for. Now I am going to make the side dish for our Radha Pallavi. It is Kosha Alur Dom Choto Alu Diye, that is Bengali style spicy baby potato dry curry. Into a pan, take 1 tablespoon of mustard oil. For this recipe, please use mustard oil. Temper the oil with 1 bay leaf, half teaspoon cumin seeds. When it's crackling, add 1 medium-sized chopped tomato. Fry the tomatoes. I am adding pinch of turmeric powder. It will help to reduce the splattering of oil. Now fry for a minute or so. Add 2 tablespoons of melon seed paste. Mix the paste well. Fry it with the tomato. I had shown so many aloo dum recipes on my other thalis, so this one, the dry one with baby potatoes. Reduce the flame and add 4 tablespoons of plain yogurt. If you add very little salt while beating the yogurt, it won't be curdled while you cooking. Give a very quick mix. I love this color. Now I am adding the spices. Add half teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, 1 teaspoon cumin powder, 1 teaspoon sugar, 2 teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder, salt to taste and 1 teaspoon of ginger paste. Now mix all the spices well. This aloo dum would not be very spicy. You won't get the pungency of chilies. Cook for 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, you can see the oil is starting to separate from the masala. That means the masalas are nicely cooked. Now add pre-boiled baby potatoes. Now coat the baby potatoes with this masala. It does not take too much time to cook as the potatoes are already pre-boiled. If you do not boil the potatoes, then fry them little into the oil, then cook with the masala. In that case, you have to add water and it would take time to cook. Add water little by little and cook it. I am adding water little to avoid the burning of masalas. If the baby potatoes are not available, then use the regular potatoes and cut them into half. Cook for just 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, add 1/4 teaspoon of garam masala powder and give a mix. I'll give the link of homemade garam masala powder in the description box. Now sprinkle handful of chopped coriander leaves and give a final mix. Your Kosha Alur Dom Choto Alu Diye is ready to serve with Radha Pallavi. Now I am going to make sabji diye bhaja muger dal or Bengali style moong dal with vegetables. This dal recipe is very nutritious and flavored with ghee, cumin and other spices. First take 50 gram of moong dal into a pan. I'll dry roast them. Dry roast them for 2 minutes. If you are a Bengali or you follow the Bengali recipes, then you definitely know dry roast the dal increase the flavor of dal. Okay, so after dry roasting them, I wash it well and pressure cook for 2 whistles. Now take 2 teaspoons of mustard oil. Once the oil is hot, add 1 piece of bay leaf, 1 dry red chili, half teaspoon of cumin seeds. Little saute them till the cumin seeds are crackle. Now add julienne carrot and roughly chopped beans, blanched peas. Saute all the vegetables for 3 minutes on medium heat. Now add half teaspoon of turmeric powder, pinch of red chili powder, half teaspoon of cumin powder, 2 teaspoon of sugar, salt to taste, and half teaspoon of ginger paste. It tastes little sweet but not too much. So mix all the veggies with the spices. Fry for 2 minutes. Now add the boiled moong dal, which dry roast first, then cooked for 2 whistles. Add little water as required. If you love runny consistency of dal, then add more water, and if you like thick consistency like me, then add this much of water. Cook the dal for 10 minutes on simmer. After 10 minutes, you can see the dal is nicely thickened. Now add 1 teaspoon of clarified butter. It will add nice flavor to the dal. Give a standing time and ready to serve. Serve this dal with any kind of fries along with hot rice. In this thali, I have served this dal with churi aloo bhaja. Now I am making mochar paturi or banana blossom paturi. In this recipe, banana blossoms are cooked with few ingredients and wrapped with banana leaf and cooked in steam or fry. I cut and boiled the banana blossom and boil this with little bit of turmeric powder and salt. After boiling them, remove the excess water and place them in a sieve or on a colander. Now take this banana blossom in a bowl. Add mustard seed and green chili paste 2 tablespoons. Add 2 tablespoons desiccated coconut. Add 1 tablespoon of mustard oil. Salt to taste. Take half teaspoon of turmeric powder. Now mix all the ingredients well. Do not overcook the banana blossoms while you boil them. We love petki paturi, ilishe paturi, even paneer paturi. Now try this mochar paturi. I'm sure you will definitely like this recipe. Now take a banana leaf which is little roasted. Now place around 2 tablespoons of mochar mixture or banana blossom mixture on the leaf. Before I roast the leaf, I spread some oil over the leaf. This process makes the banana leaf soft, and when you bend the leaf, it won't be break. Place a slitted green chili over them. Fold the leaf, turn and make a pocket. A parcel is made with banana leaf and then slow cooked on a steamer or a pan. Now take a thread and wrap it. And make a knot. Make the knot tightly, otherwise it could open while frying the paturi. Now take 1 tablespoon of mustard oil into a pan. Place the paturi into the oil. You can also steam this paturi into steamer. Fry them into small batches. Fry one side for 5 minutes on medium heat. So after 5 minutes, open the lid and turn the paturis to the other side. You can see they're nicely charred. That means these are nicely cooked from one side. again and fry for another 5 minutes. Open the lid and mochar paturi is done. Serve this mochar paturi with steaming hot rice. Now I am going to make churi aloo bhaja, that is Bengali style crispy potato fries. Add half teaspoon of salt into the water. I take 2 cups of water. Little mix the salt into the water. Now take a grater and grate the potatoes. I am using 2 big potatoes which I washed and peeled. After grating the potatoes, set them into the water for 1 hour. Okay, so after 1 hour, squeeze out all the water from the grated potato and place over a sieve. You can also use a colander to set them. You have to squeeze out as much water as you can. If some moisture left, the aloo bhaja would not be crisp. Let them dry for 10 minutes. The most important things to make this churi aloo bhaja are the potatoes should be washed in plenty of water to rid of the starch after cutting. Before frying, the potatoes must be thoroughly dried. There should not be any moisture left in the potatoes. The potatoes should be fried in plenty of oil. The oil should not be too hot. The temperature should be steady. If the oil is too hot, all the potatoes will burn, so keep the flame medium. Now take some oil, it's about 5 to 6 tablespoons of oil. Into the oil, scatter the grated potatoes. Fry the potatoes for 2 minutes. I am separating each potatoes. All potatoes should be separated from each other. They are lightly golden brown. I am keeping them on this color. If you fry them for long, they will burn. So take them out from the oil. Now take a sieve. Add a string of curry leaves. Fry the leaves for 30 seconds to make them crispy. So sprinkle the fried curry leaves on the fried potatoes. Now sprinkle some salt to taste. Give a little mix. Crispy potato fries served along with some steaming hot rice, any dal and wedge of lemon tend to justify their own existence. Churi aloo bhaja is ready to serve. I served this churi aloo bhaja with vegetable dal. I am going to make one of the condiment or chutney of this thali, amra chutney or sweet hog plum condiment. Amra is a fruit which is sour and Bengalis make a very delicious chutney with it. I take the hog plum, I peeled them and cleaned well. These are small sized hog plum and now pressure cook it for 2 whistles. Typically hog plum taste sour. After boiling, you can see they change their color. I don't cook them entirely as they become smashy. Just they are soft to peel the flesh. Scrape out the flesh of the hog plum with a spoon. You need patience to do this. Amra is a very good source of vitamin A and vitamin C. It is good for your skin, eyes and overall health. It's also rich in calcium. It also helps you to check your cholesterol and keep a healthy heart. It's also rich in calcium that provides you healthy bones. Basically, this recipe is made out with whole peeled hog plum or amra, but today I'll give a twist and make this chutney with the pulp of amra or hog plum. It is very easy to prepare and it's very delicious and it gives a sweet and sour taste. And now just smash them little with the spoon and make it pulp. Now take a pan, take 2 teaspoons of mustard oil. When the oil is hot enough, add 1/4 teaspoon of mustard seeds to temper it. Add the hog plum pulp or amrar kaat. Spread it quickly into the oil. Now add water. It's around 50 ml of water. Mix the pulp with the water well and cook for 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, add half teaspoon of turmeric powder, salt to taste, and give a mix. I'll cook this for 2 minutes. Now add 3 tablespoons of sugar. Adjust the sugar quantity as per the sourness of amra. Mix the sugar and cook for just 2 minutes more. As you can see, it's thick enough. If you like runny consistency, then you can add more water. Now sprinkle 1/8 teaspoon of pachforon powder. It will add nice aroma to your chutney. Give a final mix. Sweet and tangy amra chutney is ready. You can store it into the refrigerator for 1 week. Now I'm going to make first sweet dish of our thali, chocolate sandesh. It's a fusion Indian sweet made of homemade Indian cottage cheese and combined with a rich milk or dark chocolate. First take 500 ml of milk in a bowl. Let it boil for 5 to 6 minutes. After boiling the milk well, turn off the heat and add 1 tablespoon of vinegar. Give a stir. It will curdle quickly. As you can see, it's already curdled. It's done. Now I'm sieving this. On a sieve, place a cotton cloth and now drain out the water from chena. Do not throw this water as it is very healthy. You can drink this water, also you can make dough with this water. Wash the cottage cheese with fresh water to remove the acidity. Hang this cottage cheese for 2 hours to drain out excess water from the cottage cheese. Now take cottage cheese in a plate. Little break the cottage cheese to crumble. The chena should be dry and no excess moisture should be left. And now knead the cottage cheese. Use your palm to knead this. Crumble the cheese and knead it very well until the entire cottage cheese turns soft and smooth. It should not be grainy. After knead the cottage cheese, it would become soft. I knead this for 10 minutes. You can see it's soft and come together easily. Now add 4 tablespoons of powdered sugar. Add 2 tablespoons of milk powder. Now mix the sugar powder and milk powder with the cottage cheese. It would take little time to mix them. Do not rush at this time. Knead them for 5 minutes. Now add melted dark chocolate, 1 tablespoon. You can add cocoa powder also. Just look at this. Knead them for 8 minutes. Again, use your palm to knead the mixture. Now, into a pan, take the mixture. On the very low heat, just stir the mixture. Cook for 10 minutes. As it's sticking with the pan, after cooking it will non-sticky. As you can see, these are non-sticking with the pan, and you can see some changes in the consistency also. And set this to cool down. After this mixture cool down, take some portion, roll it into your palm, do a little tap in the middle and give a final shape. And make the rest. Fill the gap with melted dark chocolate. I made 6 pieces of chocolate shondish from 500 ml of milk, and add chopped almond on the top of the melted chocolate. Fill all the gaps of this shondish. Chocolate shondish is ready. You can set them into refrigerator for few hours to set it completely. Now I am going to make another sweet dish of our thali, Simuier payesh or vermicelli milk pudding. It is a well-known Bengali dessert made with vermicelli, milk and dry fruits. Into a pan, take 2 tablespoons of ghee or clarified butter. We call vermicelli as simui in Bengali. Ghee is melted. Add 75 gram of vermicelli or shimui. I'll fry the vermicelli with the ghee. This process will make the vermicelli fragrant. Vermicelli will absorb the ghee properly. Fry them on low to medium heat for 2 to 3 minutes. Vermicelli are nicely fried. I'll add cashew nuts, few raisins. Fry them also for just a minute. You will see the simui changing its color. Now add 200 ml of milk. Give a stir. When you add the milk into the pan, make sure the flame is very low. Simui become more tasty if you use little thickened milk. Add 2 tablespoons of sugar. Adjust the sweetness according to your taste. Mix well. We make this sweet dish very oftenly in our household as it is very easy, simple and hazard free. Even you don't need any extraordinary ingredients. You just need few ingredients, milk, vermicelli, sugar and that's it. I'll cook this for 4 minutes on simmer. You can see it's creamy and thick. Simuier payesh is ready. Serve it when it is hot. Now I am going to make Radha Pallavi or lentil stuffed pudding. Radha Pallavi are part of a typical Sunday breakfast in any Bengali's home. Lentil stuffed puris that are hot, round, fluffy and soft. In the all-purpose flour, add half teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. These are called moyam dewa. Mix them. I take 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Make it crumble. For any Indian fried bread recipe, this stage is very important. This mixing helps the breads to make soft, fluffy as well. Now add 150 ml of yogurt. And knead the dough. After kneading with the yogurt, add little water and knead the dough. Add water little by little and make the dough. Dough will be soft dough. Now take some oil and massage the oil over it. Rest the dough for 2 to 3 hours. Oil helps the dough not to dry up. Now take a pan, add 1 teaspoon of vegetable oil, add urad dal paste or biulir daler bata, I made this from 50 gram of urad dal. Cook this for 4 minutes on low heat. To make the dal paste, soak the dal overnight, then make the paste. After saute the dal, add half teaspoon of ginger paste, 1/4 teaspoon of asafoetida, 1 teaspoon of fennel seed, salt to taste, half teaspoon of sugar. Mix them well. If you love sweetness in this recipe, add little more sugar. Cook for 4 minutes. When it cooked, it comes dry. As you can see, it's dry, so set it aside. Now, after 3 hours, knead the dough again. As you can see, it's very soft. Take small portion from the dough, make a small ball, roll it in your palm, make a pocket like a bowl. Use your thumb and index finger to make this out. Now take some lentil stuffing and put the stuffing inside it. Roll it in your palm again. Now take it on your table and take some oil. And roll it with the rolling pin, but do not roll it with all-purpose flour or wheat flour. Roll this very gently and take your time to roll it. This is the final touch and it's ready to fry. Heat the oil and fry the bread. Press it and fry. Fry this for 2 minutes. It's rising up. The recipe is quite similar to kachori or kochuri. Flip it to the other side. Also fry this side for 1 minute or so. I made Radha Pallavi on Durga Puja and Saraswati Puja every year. And now take out from the oil and Radha Pallavi is ready to serve. This is also a wedding feast favorite. It is also a popular street food snack in Bengal and served with aloo dum. That's it for today's video. Hope you all enjoy this Ashtami special thali. Please hit the like button after watching the video and tell me which puja special thali is your favorite. Please do subscribe to our channel and share our videos with your family and friends. Stay happy and safe and enjoy this puja from your home with your dearest. Thank you. Bye.